Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and this is the first in a series of Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer weapon guides. Glad you could join us. In this episode, we're covering the first available submachine gun, the MP5K. It's a fully automatic weapon and is available for use in multiplayer right from the start, as it's part of one of the default classes. The MP5K, or Maschinenpistole fünf Kurz, originated in West Germany and is manufactured by Oberndorf-based Heckler and Koch. The original MP5 design dates to 1966 and was originally known as the HK54. The shortened MP5K variant was first produced a decade later, in 1976. The version of the weapon in-game is presumably an early prototype. The MP5K is a direct derivation of the MP5A2 variant, with the Kurz designation meaning short. Designed for use in counter-terror and security roles, the MP5K has a shortened barrel, a lighter bolt resulting in a faster rate of fire, and a foregrip in lieu of a stock. Standard magazine capacity in multiplayer is a healthy 30 rounds, and extended magazines will take that to 45 instead. The version in-game lacks the iconic curved MP5 magazine, instead using a straight box magazine, as used in the earlier models. The curved magazine was adopted later to allow more reliable feeding of hollow point rounds. Like the MP5A2, the MP5K fires the NATO standard pistol cartridge, the 9x19mm Parabellum. In-game, the MP5K is a high damage weapon, albeit only at close range. It will kill in 3 shots to the body within its effective range, whereas most other SMGs will kill in 4. Long-range performance falls a little short. Like most of the SMGs, you will need to hit your opponent 5 times to ensure a kill. While the MP5K has the edge in damage over most SMGs, it doesn't compare as far as fire rate is concerned. At 750 rounds per minute, the MP5K is one of the slowest firing SMGs, although this can work in your favour by conservation of ammunition. The recoil is moderate, although quite unpredictable. Taking on targets at long range can be quite challenging, and at extreme ranges will require aimed single shots, giving the target ample time to evade your fire. Fully automatic fire will tend upwards and slightly to the right. Aim speed is fast with the SMGs. Indeed, they're the fastest primary weapon class, boasting better mobility and handling than any other. The reload of the MP5K, however, is quite lethargic, 2.9 seconds, during which time you'll be very vulnerable. The iron sights are perfectly usable on the MP5K for its effective range, although some of the optical attachments can make counteracting the recoil slightly easier. Of the 2 close-range optical attachments available, the red dot sight is the least obstructive, and thus the most popular. It elevates your sight picture and provides an all-round view on the target, where with the iron sights your view may be occluded. The Reflex Sight is very similar, and offers the same middle-range advantages. It sits slightly higher than the red dot sight, but is essentially identical. The third optical attachment is somewhat different. The Acog Scope is designed to allow better targeting at longer ranges, and provides a considerable zoom advantage over the iron sights or close-range optics. Given that the MP5K is weak even at middle range, the Acog isn't too much help. The long-range scopes increase the effect of the recoil on the weapon, so while you can see more of the target, staying accurate is an altogether more troublesome affair. Rapid fire buffs the MP5K at closer ranges, decreasing the time it takes to kill substantially if you can make your shots count. A faster fire rate means there's less time for the recoil to settle, however. So the cumulative effect of the recoil will mean it's much harder to be accurate at any sort of distance. With rapid fire, you sacrifice what little middle range ability the MP5K has for marginally more lethality up close. Generally speaking, it's not worth it. Similarly sacrificial of middle range punch is the stealthier option available. The suppressor will decrease your effective range, making it more likely that you'll be dealing minimum damage in a typical engagement. While staying off the minimap is a great bonus, The loss in lethality will hurt you all too often. The high damage SMGs suffer most, so if you plan on going silent, then an alternative SMG, such as the Spectre or MPL, would fare much better. In my opinion, perhaps the most useful attachment is one that alleviates the slow reload time of the MP5K. Extended mags allows you to fire for 50% longer without a reload. Great for a few engagements in quick succession, or in those instances where you encounter a large number of enemies in one place. You retain that critical middle-range lethality, allowing you to quickly dispatch foes, and might just avoid a reload in situations where you need just a few more shots to secure a kill. The red dot sight would be my second choice, as it does make a slight difference to your ability to adjust your aim and stay on target. But extended mags will probably prove to be the more versatile choice overall. For your secondary slot, a pistol is essential for a close quarter loadout, as it pays to be quick on the draw if you're caught needing a reload. Which you choose isn't so important. They're all nimble enough, but some have their own advantages. The ASP is the fastest pistol. It's the quickest to draw, has the highest potential rate of fire and most rapid reload, so it's a solid choice for those quick on the trigger. It only has 7 rounds in the magazine, however, so the less accurate player might favour the CZ75 with extended mags, granting an impressive 18 rounds before a reload is needed. For those who favour power, the Python is the only pistol to boast 2-hit kills up close. But you pay for this through a paltry 6-round cylinder and a very slow reload. In those situations where not even a pistol is quick enough, consider taking a Tomahawk. Its near instantaneous throw can thwart anyone who thinks about interrupting you during a reload. It's tough to use, but oh so satisfying when you land a kill with it. White phosphorus smoke grenades are an essential choice for covering an offensive push in objective modes. They can cause just enough misdirection to allow for a captured point or planted bomb. Taking an objective is dangerous in the open, so the obscurant effect of the smoke will often save your life, and keep you alive long enough to secure the objective. Equipment is less useful for a mobile class. Most suits a more defensive, cautious style of play. The jammer can be quite effective when placed near a large group of enemies, as it acts like a localized counter-spy plane, and will disable enemy equipment, such as claymores, as an added bonus. The tactical insertion is also a very strong choice in objective game modes, particularly sabotage or capture the flag. Place it in a hidden location near the flag or bomb site, and you can keep up offensive pressure on the enemy without having to traverse the entire map. As for your perk loadout, Black Ops supports a more diverse range of playstyles, so instead of covering all possible tactics and loadouts for every weapon, instead I'll focus on a singular loadout and a set of tactics particularly suited to the weapon in question. In the case of the MP5K, we'll be focusing on a typical aggressive SMG loadout, with an emphasis on close quarter ability, agility, and speed. Mobility is the core strength of the SMG category, and while movement speed might not make a difference in most gunfights, you can often surprise the enemy by appearing where they least expect. And an unexpected enemy is often an easy kill. Mobility is even more important in objective game modes. Outpacing slower opponents will often mean you can capture points or plant bombs before the opposing team can intervene. For your first tier perk, Lightweight is a solid choice to maximize your speed, granting a 7% increase to all movement. 7% doesn't seem like much, but this will mean you'll reach the objective 7% faster, and that can make all the difference. Lightweight Pro will also eliminate non-lethal fall damage, so you can take full advantage of gravity to take shortcuts and evade enemies without penalty. Be warned that Lightweight Pro won't save you from a lethal fall height, but rather just prevent you from taking damage during any survivable fall. SMGs boast the most effective performance from the hip of all weapons, and steady aim in your second perk slot will bolster this ability, to the point of rendering aiming all but useless at close range. Being able to instantly get semi-accurate fire on a target is a huge advantage up close, and the high damage of the MP5K makes it particularly deadly from the hip. The best tactic is to shoot first and aim afterwards. With practice you can quite easily start hip firing upon your target, and as you center your view, raise your sights to aim and ensure the critical kill shots connect. Steady Aim Pro is definitely one pro perk to strive for too. It will cut the time it takes to exit a sprint by 40%, allowing you to go from full speed to ready to fire at a moment's notice. Generally speaking, you shouldn't be sprinting near enemies where possible, but whether you're taken by surprise or are pushing for an objective, the faster recovery will often save your life. To round out our maximum mobility build, the third perk choice should be clear. Marathon doubles your sprint endurance, and the Pro variant grants unlimited sprint time. Paired with lightweight and an SMG, you'll have the swiftest loadout possible, meaning that if you take the direct route, you'll arrive at the objective first every single time. Whether it's going for a quick plant in sabotage or demolition, or securing the middle point in domination, those fleet of foot will often swing objective games in their own team's favour, while the slower team struggles to keep pace. While such game modes are the SMG's home turf, such a loadout isn't completely useless in team deathmatch either. While you have to be a little more considered in your movement, a mobile class can wreak havoc if they land in the right place at the right time. You'll need to stay out of the open and learn the back routes on each map. With such knowledge and a modicum of luck, you might just be able to eliminate a group of enemies in one fell swoop. Overall, the MP5K excels in close quarter battle. Within effective range, the high damage will quickly quash those who stand against you, and the hipfire spread of SMGs means you don't always have to aim to be effective. Couple the good close range performance with the high mobility and full walk speed while aiming down the sights, and you've got a great weapon for capturing objectives and clearing out defenders. You won't fare so well outside of close range engagements, however. Even at middle range, you'll find yourself outmatched by assault rifles, and you'll struggle to kill anything at all at longer range. The MP5K rewards those who know how to get close to an unsuspecting enemy. Knowing the maps, enemy movements, and how best to strike from the rear or sides will help you win almost every time. Thanks for watching. This has been Xbox Ahoy. Join me next time when I'll be covering the first assault rifle, the M16. Until then, farewell.